Hey everyone, it's Christina and welcome back to the Pink Pixie Dust. The holiday season has finally arrived at the Disneyland Resort and there is a lot of food at Disneyland and DCA that we're gonna explore today. So come along with me as we dig deep into the holiday foodie guide for Disneyland. So as you can see, I am well into the holidays myself. I know it's only November, but hey, I feel like Halloween was a little long this year. I feel like it just keeps getting longer and longer. Like I put my Halloween lights up at the beginning of August. So by the end of October, I was like, we've had 2 months for Halloween. It's time for the holidays. So I've got my cute little snowman that I got from Disneyland last time I was over there, along with my little light necklace, which they actually have every year. But I guess this year it is like a little bit better made. I guess that's what someone was telling me when I was in line waiting to buy it. They were like, oh, these look a lot better. So Romeo really wanted to say hi. So here he is. He's my little hamster baby. He's not a hamster, but he's just like a really big ham. Like he can't stand it when I'm busy doing other things. He like always needs my attention. Right, Romeo? He loves this so much right now. Should we just do my whole holiday foodie guide with Romeo just sitting right here? He's like, no, I've had enough. That was your little cameo. You're famous now, sweetie. We'll start with Disneyland. Now, some of my favorite treats all come from Disneyland, with the exception of the Mickey-shaped gingerbread, which you can also find at DCA and at Downtown Disney, which you may or may not have known, but we'll get into that later into this video. So first we'll start with Alien Pizza Planet. They always usually do some sort of like pizza slice, and then they'll do the alien macaron, and they'll always do like a drink. So the pizza slice is a chicken al pastor pizza slice with spiced red sauce, mozzarella cheese, roasted corn, and al pastor marinated chicken, garnished with crema and tomatillo sauce drizzle and cilantro. So al pastor is usually when meat is cooked on a spit. It's really popular in Mexican cuisine, but it actually originally came from the Middle East. They would slice the meat really thinly and then they would layer it on top of this like really long metal, like almost like a needle looking thing. And then they would let it cook for hours. And so all of the juices just drip down onto each other. And it's just like a really, really delicious way to eat meat if you're a meat eater. So when I saw that this was chicken al pastor, I was like, you guys are not cooking this al pastor, are you? I actually am really curious. I actually want to get this. So I think when I do go to Disneyland, I'm actually going tomorrow. I am going to get this and I'm going to ask a cast member, like, are you guys actually cooking this on a spit? Because that's a big statement. You can't just say chicken al pastor and not cook it the al pastor way. Like, what? That's going to be very impressive if they actually do cook it al pastor. So yeah, I'm going to put a pin in that. The next one is the alien reindeer macaron filled with salted caramel buttercream, chocolate ganache, and brownie pieces. That sounds like a macaron I've had there before. With the brownie pieces, I was like, I'm gonna have to go back and look at my previous videos, but I'm pretty sure that the macaron that they had there for Pixar Fest was the exact same. The only difference here is that it's an alien reindeer. So, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't really remember. I just remember the brownie pieces. So I will find that out tomorrow too. Next, we have a holiday green drink, which is apple-flavored beverage topped with caramel, cold foam, and sprinkles. It looks refreshing. It doesn't look like it's a warm drink. It also looks like it's just chock full of sugar. And you guys know me, I'm not like really that into things that are just like insanely bad for you in terms of drinks. I'd rather save it for like a churro or a slice of cake or something like that. A Mickey-shaped gingerbread, but not on a beverage. Like that beverage just looks like not, it looks pretty mid, but hey, what do I know? I could be completely wrong. Apple-flavored beverage. So is that like apple-flavored soda? That's like all I can really think about. This sounds like a Halloween drink. Was this drink on the short list of drinks that they were going to have for the Halloween season, but it just didn't make the cut? And they were like, you know what? We'll just throw in some red and green sprinkles and then just roll it out for Christmas and just call it a holiday drink. Moving on to Cafe Daisy. Now we've got the peppermint s'mores hot chocolate, which that actually sounds kind of good. Hot chocolate and peppermint syrup topped with whipped topping, chocolate syrup, mini marshmallows, crushed candy cane, and graham cracker crust. Now, the holiday season started on November 15th and will go until January 7th. So everything that I'm reviewing here on this holiday guide is going to be available all through January 7th. So if you're not going to the park in November or December and you're planning on just going the last couple days in January, it goes until January 7th. So you have plenty of time to try all of these treats. So that peppermint s'mores hot chocolate, honestly, that sounds really good, but it also sounds like you need to add some peppermint schnapps to that. Is there a way to add peppermint schnapps to this? Now I know you can't like sneak booze into the park, but where do they have peppermint schnapps? You know what I would actually do is I would buy this drink at Cafe Daisy and then I would take it to Lamplight Lounge because they have a full bar there. You could probably also take it to the cantina at Galaxy's Edge and just ask them to put a shot of peppermint schnapps. Do you think that they would do that? I'm gonna be very busy tomorrow. Next, we have the specialty cold brew, the specialty cold brew, which is Joffrey's French roast cold brew coffee, peppermint and toasted s'mores syrup, topped with whipped topping, chocolate syrup, mini marshmallows, crushed candy cane, and graham cracker crust. If you were like going overseas for the holidays and you just wanted to have a taste of all of the holiday season in America in like one sitting, it would be this drink. Like you just have to order this drink and it has literally everything. It has your s'mores, it has your peppermint, it has your marshmallows, it has everything. Next up, we've got Carnation Cafe, which has a eggnog old fashioned, which is Buffalo Trace bourbon, bitters, and orange-infused brown sugar syrup, Luxarado maraschino cherry, and what's a Luxarado maraschino cherry? And candied orange peel topped with eggnog cream. All right, hang on, you guys. We are gonna look this up right now. Interesting. I have never heard of this brand, but apparently it is worth noting in the description. I'm not a big eggnog person. I am an eggnog with booze person. My parents were so big on eggnog and all that, and I just never ever liked it. And I remember my dad made it one time with, I think he made it with whiskey. And I remember really liking that. I was like, oh, this is good. I wonder if it's like the burn from the alcohol that just like takes your mind off of like the weird flavors of the eggnog. But I've also just not enjoyed how thick it is. Like the thinner it is, like the better. And I think the whiskey kind of like dilutes it a little bit. So it's like, I don't know, maybe just drink it with ice then. Next up is Edelweiss Snacks. And first we have the Fantasyland Garlic Cheesy Brat, which is a bratwurst in a cheesy garlic pretzel bread, which they actually introduced during the Halloween season. So I'm surprised that they kept it on for the holidays. I guess it must have done really well. If you recall from the video that I had done about this brat, and I'll link it for you here, I was not a huge fan. I didn't think that the cheesy garlic bread needed a brat. The brat was really good, but I didn't think that you needed to put those two together. Like it was just like too much, you know? Now I would eat that brat with like sauerkraut. Like, you gotta serve it with like a side of sauerkraut. Like that would be delicious. Or maybe you could put sauerkraut in there, maybe. Or get it as a side. If they sold sauerkraut like on the side, I would get down with that. I would totally get down with that. Ooh, I'm gonna get this. We've got a Black Forest Bundt cake, which is chocolate filled with cherries topped with chocolate ganache and chantilly cream finished with chocolate curls, cherries, and powdered sugar. I love Black Forest cake. I just think that cherries and chocolate are just such a like smooth, and both my cats just did a backflip together. I think they like tried to grab each other like they're playing right now, and they both like jumped off of the ledge of the ottoman. Like it was just like, what's going on? Next we have Galactic Grill. First up we have a cranberry barbecue chicken sandwich, which is fried chicken sandwich with cranberry orange marmalade, barbecue sauce, provolone onion rings, and arugula on a toasted brioche bun. It sounds like Thanksgiving in a sandwich. Next, we have the meatloaf dinner burger. Meatloaf burger, wow. I mean, I guess if you think about it, like a burger patty like is kind of like meatloaf. Meatloaf dinner burger is Angus beef and vegetable patty with sweet ketchup sauce, Havarti cheese slice, arugula, hash brown, and onion aioli served on a toasted Hawaiian bun. Did this also fall short from qualifying for the Halloween foodie guide? Because during Halloween season, they had a ghost pepper burger that I also tried that I also really liked, but it was also like a combination of beef and vegetables that I thought was interesting. So I don't know, is this like a new trend that they're doing at Disney to like make their patties healthier? We've got the Darth by Peppermint, which is layers of chocolate sponge, chocolate pudding, and peppermint mousse finished with crunchy pearls, cookies and cream pieces, candy cane sprinkles, and Darth Vader and red lightsaber decorations. I'm really sensing a trend here. If you recall, for Halloween season, we had the Darth by chocolate, which was really delicious and super good. Now it just seems like it's like the Christmas variation. I mean, I'm not mad at it, but at the same time, it's like, mix it up a little bit. Like, it doesn't have to be like the Darth by Peppermint. You could change it to like Stormtrooper Peppermint or something, you know? Like, mix it up. Like, it doesn't have to be similar to other things. Like, because if you told me like Darth by Peppermint, I would just assume that it's like the Darth by chocolate, except there's peppermint in it, which is, I guess, exactly what it is. But that's like so boring. Come up with something a little bit more original. That's just my 2 cents. Next, we have the Christmas Punch, which is pomegranate, cranberry, orange juice, and Sprite, garnished with cranberries, orange slice, and a rosemary sprig. This sounds delicious. Like, you should consider making this for your next holiday party. I actually think I've made something like this for holiday parties before. It just sounds like a drink that you would make. And then this is non-alcoholic, obviously. So if you're making it at your house for guests and you want to just have a really wild time, then, you know, throw some rum in there. And last at Galactic Grill, we have the hot chocolate foam cold brew, which is Joffrey's cold brew coffee with a splash of hazelnut, topped with hot chocolate foam and garnished with cinnamon flavored cereal. That sounds good. And I'm all about the hot chocolate foam. Like, tell me more about that. And at Gibson Girls Ice Cream Parlor, we have a peppermint cold brew float, which is peppermint ice cream, Joffrey's cold brew coffee, and whipped topping. That sounds good. Honestly, if you're into peppermint ice cream, that actually sounds really good. Peppermint Holiday Sundae, 2 scoops of peppermint ice cream, whipped cream, crushed peppermint, and cream-filled cookies served in a sprinkle-topped waffle cone. That looks so good and such a fun treat to share with friends if you are coming to the Disneyland Resort for the holiday season. I would definitely add this to your list. It just looks super fun. And you know what the move is? It's towards the end of the night. That's when you get this. Like, after the fireworks, everyone's feet are hurting and you just want to sit down and you just want to take a break. This is such a great way to take a break. It's sugar, it's fun. It just like gives you that last little burst of energy that you need to get you until the park closes. I highly recommend adding this to your list for this holiday season. Harbor Galley. Now I'm really excited about these. So they're gingerbread cookies, fresh baked gingerbread cookies in a pack of 6 or 13. Oof. Every time I've had cookies at Harbor Galley, the chocolate chip ones are amazing, but they also do special flavors during the seasons. And I feel like every time I have a different flavor, it's always just baked to perfection, like lightly crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. They're just literal perfection. And then there's a gingerbread whipped topping, which I'm assuming that you could just dip the cookies in. That just sounds so good. Add that to your list. I'm adding it to mine. Hungry Bear has finally reopened. It was closed for renovation for about a month and a half or so. We've got these holiday funnel fries, which is these guys right here. And they are cinnamon sugar dusted with caramel drizzle, vanilla ice cream, whipped topping, holiday sprinkles, and crushed Twix cookie bar. Ooh, you might have had me at Twix. That's literally my favorite candy bar is Twix. Next, we have a Snickerdoodle cold brew, which is Snickerdoodle cookie flavored cold brew, garnished with whipped topping, Snickerdoodle cookie dust, and a snickerdoodle cookie. It's a whole lot of snickerdoodle. I'm on the fence. I'm gonna have to wait and see who actually gets it first, and then I'll go get it. We've arrived at Jolly Holiday, and some of the most quintessential treats are found here. So let's go through the list. First, we've got a chocolate coffee loaf filled with chocolate cream and topped with crunch chocolate shell and Mickey chocolate logo. The chocolate pudding in there, like, oof, sign me up for that. That sounds good. Next, we have the crispy chocolate dipped croissant topped with flake corn cereal and filled with Bavarian cream. Oof, that sounds so, so good. I love croissants. Like, they are literally just like, so good. My fave. We've got a cookies and cream cheesecake topped with red and green mousse and yellow pearls. So that must be this guy right here. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It looks like a poinsettia. You come to be in mom's video? Next, we've got a banana bundt cake, which is banana cake filled with dulce de leche and finished with cream cheese frosting, sprinkles, and a chocolate decoration. That must be not pictured. Get ready, you guys. There are a lot of treats on this list. Next, we have a Christmas Mickey-shaped cookie, which is a shortbread cookie dipped in white chocolate with holiday sprinkles and a chocolate Mickey decoration. Next, we have a chocolate cake snow globe, which is layers of chocolate sponge, truffle mousse, and chocolate glaze topped with a buttercream tree, red and white pearls, a chocolate star, and snow powder. Do we have a photo? There's no photo here. That sounds really good if you're a chocolate fan, like me. And then we have the classic Mickey gingerbread. Now, this is the classic gingerbread that comes out every single year. It's so delicious, you guys. Like, if you've never tried it before, you seriously have to. Like, if you go to the parks during the holiday season, like, make it a point to get at least 2. Like, get at least 2. The limit is 5 per person per transaction just because they're so popular. Like, they will run out of them during the day. So if you get to the parks early, then you make sure the first thing that you do is you go and you get yourself a Mickey gingerbread. Well, thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you do end up going to the parks this holiday season, comment down below. Let me know what you plan on trying. If you're not going to the parks, then tell me what you would try. If you're heading to downtown Disney, don't forget, grab a Mickey gingerbread. You can get one from the Disneyland Hotel or from the Grand Californian. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button before you X out of this video. Hit the little bell notification so that you know whenever I post a new video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Say bye-bye, Romeo. Say bye-bye.